Welcome everybody to the Gamers at Large midweek butter pecan chocolate cast. Um,
Wowzers.
if you can tell by the description tonight, we're going to be talking fighting games. So get your fighting hats on, and we're going to have a couple of fighting games to discuss for this year. Tonight, I got with me Mr. T.
Hey there, fools. What's going on?
We also got Shadow Fox,
Road Ninja K9 Descent. Let's go.
and the Commander in Chief is with us tonight, Quan.
Let's do this thing.
All right, so first up on the docket, Killer Instinct Season 3. Now, we already know we got your boy Tusk. That's been confirmed. His theme music has not yet. That better be confirmed.
It better be.
We got Kim Woo because we saw the nunchucks. And we got Rash from Battletoads. Now, is Rash going to really be in there, or is he still just one of those things they were just playing with?
He was in there. Like, they made a move set. I don't know.
All right, he's in there. So, now here's the problem. Now we're getting to the point where there ain't really that many more characters left.
Yep.
So, what do you think, Shadow? We getting some brand new ones or what?
I think they will go out of their way to not give us Gargus. I think they'll probably give us Idol before they give us Gargus.
Why would they give us Idol before Gargus, though?
Because there's so little reason to have Gargus there. Because his essence is already existing across 3 characters right now.
Oh yeah, that's because you got Omen and Shadow and Shadow Jago and what's the other one?
And Saberwolf as well.
Yeah, Saberwolf. Okay.
So it's kind of there's almost no. For those that don't know, that haven't played Killer Instinct 2, Gargus possesses both Saberwolf, Jago, and he eventually becomes part of what Omen is, I guess. He possessed another spirit somewhere else, and he's the tiger spirit that Jago was praying to in the first 2 games. So at the end of the game, he reveals himself as Gargus, and everybody fights Gargus. I don't know who blows him up at the end of 2. This Killer Instinct kind of assumes that he killed himself or something. I don't know, but his spirit is around and affecting everything. So yeah, really, really weird fighting game, fandom story arc, and I think that they probably since they're still trying to tighten up the backgrounds of some of the other characters, and they do have legit stuff on there. The ultracombo.com website or whatever. They're still kind of piecing a lot of that stuff together. And I think Gargus is in the center of all of it, and it wouldn't make sense for them to put him there yet until they finish everybody else's backstory.
Okay, so basically we're just playing a waiting game, basically.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like to me. And when they did the whole Omen thing, I was like, oh, you trolls. Trolls. That's horrible. So, yeah, definitely Tusk, though. Tusk, we need that original. I don't care. Call Robin Beelan, whatever y'all got to do. I need that original Conan / we just bought the New York Symphony Orchestra. we need that rhythm. You got to get it back. And also get us the Stonehenge background without getting sued.
Yeah, Stonehenge should work. I don't see why that wouldn't work. I mean, how many times does National Geographic use it?
Yeah, for real.
So, I mean, that's one of those things I have to say. With season 3, when they showed the nunchucks, I was just happy.
Yes.
I was just happy when I saw the nunchucks.
Because fishnet stockings and flip-flops are a culture. They are a thing. I don't know why they are.
Because you watched a lot of Shaw Brothers films when you was little.
Yeah.
Got you.
And they gave her pink hair. I don't.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Yeah, it's kind of. I don't know. That was one of those things that are just like, just make her as rad as possible, and there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully Kim Woo. I would imagine that would mean Kim Woo is back, and that means we'll see nunchucks. I love the nunchucks. They're awesome. Also, we need a magical ninja star to pop up out of nowhere too. I think she had it. In a back pocket bra or something. I don't know. Big shiny.
Yeah, there was no way in the world you would she had pockets.
So yeah, the 2 that are pretty much guaranteed are going to be good. Rash, on the other hand, I I don't know what to say, but I'm looking at one of the trailers and some of the footage they had where people were playing with them or whatever during the little beta, I guess, or you could call it a alpha for season 3. It's just kind of it's a full move set.
Yeah. Well, they said they were still tinkering with it. Like when you watched right before you would click on him, they were saying his moveset isn't final. They were still adjusting it. So I guess we're gonna see.
Yeah, every ender had the super animated, like his fist turns giant or his foot turns giant, that kind of stuff. So every ender and the last hit of his linkers do that, just to make it kind of weird, I guess.
And it actually kind of worked in a weird way. So if you had another guest character, I guess you could say, because you could call him a guest anyway. And a lot of fighting games are doing that now with guest characters, because the one we're going to after this has a guest character in it. But who would you have on as a guest character?
For that game, at this point, it needs to be some sort of Halo character, I would imagine. So one of the Spartans.
Spartan Cage.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of at this point. There's no other fighting game that they're really going to be putting, that Microsoft's going to be putting their content into. So short of basically making a clone of Bill Gates and having him float around the screen, I don't know what else to. Maybe he could pop out the bottom of the screen and say Toasty. I don't know.
I would want Satella to be in there.
He comes and say,
everybody.
Yeah, so I'm closing Xbox. This is a cloud. Buy Microsoft Azure today. That's exactly what he would be saying. But yeah, I feel that it would have to be a Spartan of some type. I don't think there's anything else that Microsoft would have under their hands. Now, if it was on other platforms, there's a wealth of different guest characters you could have. Kratos sounds awesome. I mean, you could even do the what everybody dreams of, the Killer Instinct cross Mortal Kombat. And I just feel at some point that needs to happen.
Well, that needs to happen for the simple fact that the 90s happened.
Yes, it needed to happen. They're like to the point where Midway intentionally created a combo system because of Killer Instinct. They're like, let's do brutalities. Let's do that. Because we don't have
getting beat on the combo system.
Exactly. So it was definitely, they were definitely paying attention to each other. That much is certain. So it would be cool to see like Scorpion or Sub-Zero in one of those games. I think in season 3 it would be great. But I definitely would be maining Sub-Zero if that was the case.
It's almost as crazy as like, I don't know, Cloud and Smash.
I wonder.
I can't believe that people actually thought that he was the best representation of the Final Fantasy series on the Nintendo console.
He is. I agree.
That made no sense whatsoever. I'm sorry.
He's not the best representation for as far as Nintendo goes, but he, like, people who don't even like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they identify with it. Because anybody else, they wouldn't. I mean, who they're gonna have? A Chocobo? Like Sid? Nobody really cares.
Yeah.
He's in every game, but nobody really cares. Sid is Sid, dude. Like,
there is no, Sid movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know who their guy is.
Sid, avid children.
I would watch that. I would pay to watch that.
So he can talk about his grandkids and smoking habits.
I would pay to watch that.
I actually, who I would have chose to actually represent Final Fantasy in Smash? Sabin.
Final Fantasy 5?
6.
Oh,
Sabin
okay.
Figaro.
6.
Sabin Figaro. He's got the
moveset. I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
He's got the moveset that could translate.
Now, if you're just going to talk that era, I would just say Magus from Chrono.
Magus would probably,
Yeah, but true. But the thing is, Magus didn't exactly sound mainstream to everybody over there in Japan for some reason. I don't understand.
Look, man, y'all are forgetting about Kefka.
Oh God. You mean the Ridley of Final Fantasy?
Basically.
He's too big, man.
But I don't care, Kefka. Do y'all know how evil that son bitch was?
Oh my God, it was huge.
And to be fair, Argonos does exist in Killer Instinct, so it can be done. It can be done. Even in that game, it can be done. They proved that a big ass character could work in a 2D side scrolling fighting game.
This is true.
So, and it is broken and
The thing
cheap.
is that Ridley has no personality. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
like that's the only issue I have with it. I don't have anything to do with the size. I'll make fun about that stuff, but I think, as important as Ridley is, he's not that important.
Really, like troll kill Samus. Troll kill Samus.
Right.
Who's important to Samus? I'll kill them.
Get cyborg implants. Kill Samus. Okay. Well, I can see that. So let's move on to my second one. Tekken 7. Now, did y'all see the Akuma trailer? Did y'all see
That was beautiful. Oh my God.
Now,
Hey, look who showed up.
you're late.
I had an interesting day. I'll talk about that later. I can't stay for long though. Sorry guys, go ahead.
All right, well,
Hold on. You're gonna come late and then leave early.
Yeah. Did you
No,
can't stay long?
you know about going to the ED. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, man, personal information, man. I'm too young.
Not that retard.
Hey, Chef, I'm gonna give you an alibi that you can use for eternity. Just say you were on a very critical Mass Effect mission.
Wow.
You were promoted to commander.
Why are you giving away my secret lifestyle, man? Come on.
Just saying.
How you think I pay my bills? Now everybody knows I'm really the commander.
Okay. Before this gets too crazy,
It's taking a turn.
yeah. The Akuma trailer for Tekken 7. What are your thoughts on that, Shep? I know you've seen it.
But I've seen it. I favorited it. There's a few things that kind of threw me off that I kind of had to question the whole lore behind it, but it was beautiful. That right there made. I know it sounds cheesy, but I fell for it. I so fell for it. Tekken 7. It's going to be in my collection.
So it's a weird turn for the worse because that means that I go down the rabbit hole again of very transparent fighting game stories. So
Yeah, like I admit it's shameless. It's shameless, but I fell for it. It was awesome. I have to play this now.
But doesn't this one look interesting, though?
Yes, it does.
But
Because it shows that
Like,
he's
interesting little side thing that they just threw at you, basically. Like, he went to Akuma and told him to kill. Hey,
yeah. If he goes the wrong way, take him out for me, please.
So let's do a little history time check, shall we? So the original Tekken fighting game, King of the Iron Fist tournament, right? That game came out in
94, right?
94.
95?
So Street Fighter came out in 91. So basically, since Ryu failed at killing Shenlong, right? Whatever evil he was able to possess moved over to an entire franchise and caused a devil gene to be created.
Basically.
And somehow succeeded in 3D fighting before Street Fighter was able to. Go figure.
Damn.
But yeah, Skullomania though. Just saying. And Skullomania should be in that game, I think, personally, to be honest with you. Because EX2 plus was probably... anybody playing Street Fighter EX? Am I the only person? Please tell me I'm
You're
the only person.
because I saw it and said no.
Oh my god.
I played EX, all of the ones I could get my hands on, and I freaking loved it. I don't care what anybody says. And rival schools too.
Street Fighter EX was essentially it's kind of like rival schools with projectiles, if you will. And
I like the challenge.
Yeah, I can't explain it because the implied combo system, if you will, is very different, and you basically have to be able to manipulate the pseudo 3D space in timing with certain hits and the way the game kind of jerks around a little bit. So think of it as a very, very loose Tekken.
It was before its time, honestly. The
Yeah.
concept is good. If they implement it better, I think it would make a solid fighting game. Was it a great game? No. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did.
I didn't like the speed or lack thereof.
Well,
Yeah, it was sluggish. I won't lie there. It was very sluggish.
now EX2 Plus Alpha did address that.
Yes, it did.
But however, that was a revision to a revision to a revision to a revision to a sequel of a fighting game. So,
Wow.
He can let his hand go, boo.
so it's. I don't know where to go from here other than to say that Street Fighter Cross Tekken, like
It's begging for it.
yeah, it's got to happen.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
T. You are
It
resident.
already happened, but it was failure. But I know what you guys really meant. Continue.
Yeah. So Tekken Cross Street Fighter. I'm sorry.
So T, you are a resident film buff. Can Tekken 7's storyline actually work in an animated CG thriller, unlike that other crap I was forced to watch when I bought that other game?
Oh Lord.
Silence is golden.
Yeah, I mean it can work, but I think it can't work and completely satisfy everybody. Like,
I don't know about that. I thought.
you think so? I don't know if it could completely satisfy like Uber fans and also satisfy like the average moviegoer.
Well, this is going to sound kind of shallow, but I would say that anything that they throw together should be decent compared to the very, very campy endings the game has. Like, if you see some of the, oh god, some of them are like borderline unbearable. So
Borderline.
if you can piece a lot of that crap together and then make something semi-serious, a Tekken fan should at least appreciate it. Now, a Street Fighter fan, I don't know.
Well, I think maybe you can get maybe the fan to appreciate it because there's a lot of rose-tinted glasses when it comes to like Mortal Kombat. Like,
Yeah.
it's awesome as a Mortal Kombat fan, but like as a movie, it's not really that good.
But then you have other shining examples because the movies are bad, but
Right.
Street Fighter the movie, the animated movie,
Yeah.
was there's no better.
That's why I
There's no
said
better.
animated.
Yeah, the whole Vega versus
Oh, you
Chun-Li
said animated.
power scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't have it.
Oh, yes,
I missed
yes,
that part. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
So
Animated. Not
there's
live action, because we know live action don't work. I'm sorry.
there's a level.
Well, actually, that live action one they did recently was a lot better than expected. But continue.
I know good and well
You're not gonna agree with me, but I
Talk about
think-
the podcast.
I think the best attempt, you're not gonna. Most of you guys probably don't agree with me. The best attempt at bringing a live action fighting game to a movie.
If
form
you say, okay, go ahead.
is
Just
Street
don't say
Fighter.
Dead or Alive.
It is
Okay.
Street Fighter.
It's Street Fighter.
Yeah, the one with Van Damme.
Yeah, I think Van Damme Street Fighter was the best you're probably gonna get as far as bringing it live action.
You just took a dump over all fighting games that could turn into movies right there. That statement, by the way.
You said
You're not
the
listening.
one that, you said the Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li was good.
I never said Chun-Li.
Whoa, what?
Who said it? Who said it?
You said the one
No.
that came out a few years ago. That's Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li.
No. There's one that was done. It's on Hulu. I forgot what it's called.
King of
Assassin's Fist or something. It's like Assassin's Fist, but it's a Street Fighter movie.
Oh, you talking about the
Yeah,
fan?
man. You scared me, man.
Oh,
not-
Yeah.
okay. Cause you talking about the fan one, so you got to say that.
Oh, okay. See, I was like, I don't say it was great, but it was much better.
you about to get dropped out of the podcast.
I haven't even seen the one with Chun-Li. I haven't even seen it. I don't think I want to see it from
No,
what
I
I've been
don't.
hearing.
You
If
actually
you-
don't.
If
You
you
really
want to see a
don't.
Street Fighter movie with Chun-Li in it, watch Street Fighter the animated movie. There you go.
And
That's
Chun-Li
what
was
I'm
really good represented in the Street Fighter movie, the Van Damme one. So
Yeah, she was, and she was a cop, so whatever.
And she was a total badass,
But
which
see,
is what she is.
and she actually wore the uniform like on like some superhero movies.
my only problem with that movie was it wasn't necessary. It was almost like too fourth wall.
It's too convoluted, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of cheesy for the sake of being cheesy sometimes, and I was like, okay, we didn't need this joke, but you did it anyway just to be cheesy.
Yeah.
They didn't need Dalsim and Blanca shoved in at the end.
Yeah.
We didn't need a cowardly DJ.
Why was Zangief being comedy relief? Like, that didn't need.
I actually didn't mind Zangief being comedy relief. I didn't mind it.
I minded DJ.
I minded DJ
Hey,
being
well, I
comedy.
don't know. I don't know. Zangief was great comedy relief
that horrible patois.
in Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, just
The
saying.
horrible wannabe patois accent he had. It was atrocious.
Yeah.
To me,
DJ was a fail.
to me, and I'm going to say this, even though it's my preference, and I'm going to say that this is going against my bias, because my bias would be Street Fighter because I fell in love with it first. But to me, I think that the first Mortal Kombat movie was more serious, and it got to the point. And to me, I thought that was a better beginning to end movie, even though it may have not gotten all of the meat while it was doing it. It at least said, "This is the reason you're here. We're gonna fight. This is the conclusion, and that's it." And there was
it took the source material very serious.
Yeah, agreed.
Now the second one was basically like what the Street Fighter movie was. It was like, hey, let's do this extra.
The second one don't count because it was an obvious cash grab. It was
Yeah, you know that was a cash grab, straight
They
up.
didn't care. They just wanted to make more money. They didn't want to put any money into it.
That movie was you wanted to see Sub-Zero and Scorpion fight. That's the whole reason you go see that.
Pretty
That's
much.
the reason.
And we're gonna do it in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yep.
You don't kill everybody you like in the first 10 seconds of the movie. Completely gloss over it.
Yeah, that first one though, I think that was. I think that's probably as close as we're going to get, video game wise. Period. I think to me personally.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's the Resident Evil movies, and the only reason why I say that is because they gave up. They said, you know what, the stuff that happened in the Resident Evil game is too retarded to release entirely on film. So they created their own little kind of story or whatever, side story, and I think that was actually kind of cool.
The movie?
Yeah, the first Resident Evil movie, and the kind of way they continued the series, they completely sidelined the game, and they're like, well, we're a completely different story. So I appreciate that, and I kind of respect that a little bit more. But I know we're getting outside of fighting games, but that's that's kind of what I was. When it comes to movies, anyway, I thought that was kind of the closest those three anyway.
Well, Quan, we got to get your take on Street Fighter, the animated movie, the Chun-Li versus Vega bathroom fight, uncensored or censored?
Well, it was. When I first saw it, it was uncensored, but it didn't matter because it didn't really show anything. She had her back turned to the camera, so you see a butt cheek and side boob.
Boo.
But there was no towel like the American version. There's like some kind of towel or the curtains in the way or some shit.
Curtains in the way. Yeah.
And then Vega comes in. I like the uncensored version because he hit her. He cut her.
Yeah, he cut her in the uncensored version.
He cut her. That was not a flawless victory. There was some hits landed.
It really wasn't.
So yeah, that was a real good fight.
Now, seeing as how we're getting into the fighting genre now with Tekken, Tekken and with KI, they sell fight sticks. So, Shadow, I'll let you take over the fight stick part.
Oh my God. Okay, so is this who am I speaking to at this point though? Because you can go.
I'm trying to go to Evo fan.
Oh God. So the rabbit hole runs deep. I would suggest that you just go to shoryuken.com or go to God, I can't think of the other forum. But there's just Google and you'll see there's other forums on how to build your own stick, either with wood or take an existing stick, modify the parts, take the buttons out, put the sample buttons in, or whatever you prefer. Buttons in, take your JLF joystick, mount it in, or whatever, replace the restrictor gate, replace the springs, and change all the tension, and see how much throw you want on your joystick and buttons, if you will. Some people mod them and put I want to make this compatible with the PS3 and all the other kind of shit. That's really irrelevant. All you care about is the function of the stick itself and the weight of the stick, because that's what changes a lot of things. You don't want to put it on the table or on a counter, have it mounted, or in your lap even, and you're mashing buttons or moving the joystick, and the entire assembly is moving to the left or the right as you play. So you want to have a good weight. You want to make sure you have like some rubber pads or something like that too, so you're not scratching up the surface and it doesn't move anymore. So felt pads or whatever you can buy whatever from your general hardware store is kind of the stuff that you want to do. I'm not gonna go into extreme details because, like I said, Google is your friend, and you'll see a long list. You'll see YouTube videos of people doing stuff. I have a personal joystick that I'm in the middle of working on right now. It's my old EX2 arcade stick that I have from my 360. I'm about to take the buttons out of it. It's a little bit harder because it sits a little lower on the ground. So when I replace the joystick, the new joystick is going to point outwards of the case. So I either have to drill it down some or shave it off some at the bottom so it fits inside the original case, or make my joystick taller and add a new plate to the bottom of it, one of the two. And I have to resolder everything because it doesn't have snap-on parts or the little pull-out little pins inside of the buttons. But you want to make sure that you replace all the buttons, and the reason why I say replace all the buttons is because the very buttons that were in arcades were made to be durable, be it the arcade old school parts with the baseball bat joystick or whatever, or the arcade buttons. So you have either Sanwa. There were some old JAMA parts as well, but there was more just the board, I guess, for the controller or whatever. And there's some other parts, I guess. Hori makes their own, and there's some other manufacturers that make their own, but they all have their own different feels. So when you hit the buttons, it either makes like a distinct click, or the Japanese buttons, they kind of press down a little bit more, have a little bit more give, almost like an analog button. But you can press it so fast it doesn't really make any sound or anything like that, but it registers. So you'll see like Japanese players, it looks like they're barely touching any buttons and they're doing all kind of shit. So it depends on what you're used to and what you like to feel. If you're an adaptable gamer such as myself, it doesn't really matter. Just get whatever's kind of cheaper and way better than the stock stick that you got, and that will suit you just fine if you're able to adapt. But for other people that just they're used to playing some type of way, or they've been playing that way for a very long time. Like me personally, since I played in American arcades for a very long time, and I did a couple tournaments that way, I would be more used to, say, the bat top style joystick versus the ball top. But I can still play with the ball top, so I can switch. I can play either or. But some people, if they play it as long as I have, they will be used to just that, and they won't want to play with anything else. So you just have to experiment with whatever your preference is and go from there. But if you look on Google or YouTube, you see a whole bunch of cute projects where people are taking their own custom art and putting them on joysticks and everything and making everything all neat and nice. Some people prefer just the old school 6 buttons. Some people throw 8 buttons on there, I guess, for whatever additional combination of buttons will go on the far right there. And some people like having the start and select buttons at the very top of the joystick. Some people like having a lock so you can't pause the game during a tournament setting. It all depends on all those different type of things that you like. So me personally, the only thing I really care about is as long as those 6 buttons are there. If I have 8, great. And I would like for the cord to be detachable. So in case something really retarded happens, I don't have to buy an entirely new joystick. I can just plug that cable back in and keep it moving. Kind of like the old school OG Xbox breakaway cable. Gotcha. So I don't know if any of y'all remember that, but yeah, that was a cool feature. I wish they would have brought back, but
yeah, well, it happens.
Such is life.
Yeah, just such is life. All right, so last fighting game that I want to talk about is the one that the makers of Tekken are bringing to the Wii U, and that is Pokken Tournament. So, we got a couple trailers, and we know it's hitting March 18th. Now, we don't know exactly the full list of playable characters because apparently they are adding more than that was actually on the arcade. But I wanted to get Quan's thoughts on Pika 316.
I'm gonna be doing Stone Cold Stunners on everybody as Pikachu. I'm gonna be trolling as Pikachu. That's the character I'm looking forward to playing. I haven't gotten into the multiplayer of Mario Kart. I haven't really gotten into Splatoon that much. I'd sit up here and go incognito on my other account. Okay, but as far as Pokken goes, that's a totally different story. That game right there has me hyped. And the thing is, I hope they bring out a couple of the more celebrated characters that they haven't had a chance to touch on. Like, where's Squirtle at?
Yeah, because you know he got to be in there.
Squirtle's got to be in there because my man was always hands-on with his fighting in the cartoon series.
If they got Lucario, they'll have Squirtle, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have Charmander. Or Charizard, I'm sorry. So I think they'll have him.
Yeah, he has to be with the sunglasses. He has to rock the sunglasses. Squirtle Squad sunglasses for the win.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Well, at least let that be his like winning animation or something.
Oh yeah, let him put the sunglasses on and like turn his back to the camera.
Yeah.
Look over the shoulder.
Now we did get that Shadow Mewtwo.
Yeah, that trailer. Yeah, and with that, was one thing that I forgot about. They have like special moves.
Yeah.
Which is kind of different for Tekken. Like they have it in Tekken Tag too, but it's not the same. These are specials, like Street Fighter 4 specials.
Yeah.
So I wonder. That means the gameplay is going to change a little bit. This isn't just Tekken.
It's got to.
Yeah. So I wonder how they're going to do that because every character has different range and stuff like that. So this is going to be interesting. I'm looking at the footage now and I'm like, how this should be broken. Well, it should be severely broken.
Well, from what I've read, like people love that arcade game.
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting.
Like that arcade game, and some of the stuff that I seen, like especially like with Lucario going into his Mega Evolution form. Like I've seen some stuff with that, and I'm like, okay, dude, this has actually got my interest because if you put Megas on there, and Luchador Pikachu that can 316 do a Pika Karana and
yeah, it's gonna be like way deeper than I initially looked or thought it was gonna be. So
yeah, you got a burst gauge, you got a special gauge. Yeah, there's a couple of things here.
Now the question is, Quan, are they gonna have him with Pika Wisers?
Oh Lord. I'm just wondering about one thing. Getting off that topic that I want to see. In particular, I want to know how they're going to handle amiibo support because it's going to be there.
Oh God,
it's going to be there.
Well, what's going to happen is you're going to use your Pokemon Rumble figures. I'm just
Lord, Pokemon Rumble!
Wow,
and you can actually use them for something.
Oh man, that's one thing that should have took off. The Pokemon Rumble.
They didn't handle it right.
Pokemon Stadium, yeah. Oh man.
Talk about your missed opportunities.
Well, we do know about. Well, I'm actually wondering about that amiibo support as well because a lot of those characters aren't in. We don't have amiibos for because they wasn't in Smash.
Right.
Well, okay. So I just saw something right now. Namco has a passport card they're using in the game. So amiibo cards possibly.
Yeah, well, that's the one that's coming with it with the first run of the game. That's the one for Shadow Mewtwo.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you buy it in the first run, you get the card for Shadow Mewtwo, so you can go and unlock them off the rip.
Yeah, it just seems like if they're gonna, that's probably the more affordable, both on the game side and on the consumer side, way to make it happen. If they're gonna have stuff like that where you can expand the game through NFC or whatever. Use cards, I guess, and just have like a limited run series or a full run series of cards that where you could actually use them in the Pokemon trading game if you wanted to. But they also have the NFC chip, so you can scan them into Namco games or Nintendo games, if you will. Yeah. That just makes sense to me. But
Now
whatever.
this begs the question. I think I asked you about this a couple weeks ago, Shadow. Since we know that we ain't getting Tekken 7. We getting Pokken Tournament. Can we get like a Hyrule Warriors / Fire Emblem Soul Calibur game?
That would be great.
That would be fantastic right there. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, Soul Calibur with like Legend of Zelda and Fire Emblem characters. You can make that work.
Or keep the same franchise. Give me Soul Calibur Cross Tales. I'll go with that.
Okay, yeah.
You give me throw Lloyd in Soul Calibur. I'm good.
Oh man, Lloyd doing a High Yuga.
Yeah, that works for me.
Lloyd, Zalos, Kratos.
Sheena. Put everybody in there.
Not Presea. Presea too goddamn slow.
Yeah.
Have Genus up in there.
Yep, Genus. Yeah. Because that was the thing I was thinking about. I'm like, you know what? Why not do something like that? That's different. Number one, and it's creative. And
Wait. Genus is he's a magician support character, so he should only be in Samurai Showdown.
Indignation and Meteor Storm would like to talk to you.
No, I'm just saying he could be the end boss instead of a Makusa.
The ref. He could be the ref.
Be at the very end in a robe, like I'm gonna kill all the samurai with these magic balls. That's
But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that as well, because like I said, and it's amazing we haven't gotten a Soul Calibur game this generation.
Yeah,
that's weird.
And that's probably I think that's because of sales. I think Tekken 6 was
5 out too fast.
Yeah, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. They're I think 4 they expected 4 to do a lot since it was as multi-platform as it was.
Yeah.
And then when they did 5 and they tried to do the Star Wars deal, I think that didn't net them the return that they wanted. So to me, I think after Soul Calibur 3 is when they started stretching themselves thin.
Yeah. Well, Soul Calibur 2 will remain to be my favorite just because of they let Link beat the hell and walk the hell through everybody.
Yeah, to me, I think it's a tie between Soul Calibur and Soul Calibur 2. I'm a fanboy, so I will always like Soul Edge.
Soul Edge, I was gonna say.
good old Siegfried, but
Toughen.
Yeah, that's something about Soul Calibur and Soul Calibur 2. Nightmare doing the Eternal Stump.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I think the reason why I like Soul Calibur 2 a little bit better than Soul Calibur and Soul Edge is the fact that it felt more fluid to me.
Yeah, once you advance the engine, you start to add a couple things. Basically, going from Soul Edge to Soul Calibur was like going from the first Tekken to Tekken Tag. Mm. In terms of gameplay and all the other kind of stuff, like all the systems changed in just the right way. So if you never played Tekken 2 or 3 and went straight to Tag, you probably would feel the same way you do going from Soul Edge to Soul Calibur, because it's a significant leap.
I remember just watching, like, letting my game play and just watching, like, the demo, the game when you just let it sit for a while and it starts doing the demo, and then you get the motion cap, like every character doing their thing.
Doing their kata, that's cool.
That was just real cool. Like
the best one was Maxi on Soul Calibur.
Maxi, yeah.
Nunchucks.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah, he was nice. That sold me on that game. Like seeing that demo of Soul Calibur, back in '99. Because I was on the fence. I was like, I'm not buying a Dreamcast. I put all my money into the Saturn. And y'all just dumped on it and left.
Yeah.
And now you want me to buy another console? Nah, I'm not doing it. Then I saw that damn demo. I was like, whoa.
It was like Soul Calibur, the sequel to Soul Edge. 1 million polygons per second. Everybody's like, oh!
I was like, all right. $9.99. I'm there.
That game and Grandia and Skies of Arcadia got me.
Mm.
When I heard about
specifically Soul Calibur, NFL 2K, those are the two games I was like, whoa, this is destroying everything I've seen.
And at that point, Madden, that's when EA got scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, you can see Shaq's sweat. they were done.
I remember that. I was like, what?
That was the commercial for all time. I was smitten, and I immediately bought one. I'm reluctant. I'm mad I got one because I wanted to wait and get the sport one, the all black one, and I never got one. So I'm stuck with the gray joint, but whatever.
You buy a sport one today, it's still the same price as it was back then. On a used one, yeah.
That thing's really expensive. And I think if you bought one, depending on how late you got one, you couldn't hack it because it took
They took everything out.
Yeah, it had a different version of Windows CE on it. So
yeah, you couldn't hack that CE on there.
They made sure.
Yeah, my Dreamcast was my MP3 player, my DivX player. It was a computer for me at one point.
That's what killed the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
All that damn hacking, man.
Students.
But I didn't get it though. I bought games, and I was a college student. I bought games. I bought Shenmue.
Yeah, I bought games too.
I bought some of them.
I never hacked a game when I was in that era. I still haven't, but I play a lot of burn games now. But obviously Sega ain't making no money off Dreamcast, so it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, the only game I burnt was games that were hard to get, like Capcom vs SNK.
That was hard to get.
Capcom vs SNK 2 and Shenmue 2. So those are only games that because Shenmue 2 never came out.
Yeah.
Over here, I heard it came out in Japan though.
Yeah, it came out in Japan. It never came out here on the Dreamcast.
Half-Life Blue Shift never came out. So those are the only things that I was really bootlegging like that. Because everything else that I wanted, I pretty much got. Especially when Dreamcast started going down in price, you can get games for like $10. I was like, okay, just go buy the GD-ROM.
Yeah, because that's how I got my hands on what is it, Rival Schools.
Yes, Rival Schools.
I bought them up for like $10, and I was like, dude, this game is awesome. And of course, Capcom let it go to the wayside.
Oh wait! It wasn't Rival Schools. It was the sequel. It was Project Justice.
Yeah, Project Justice. Justice. Yeah.
So I had Project Justice, Plasma Sword, all the Marvel versus
Crazy Taxi.
Yes, I had Crazy Taxi 1 and 2.
Yeah. Capcom didn't care, man. They loved them some Sega.
Yep, and I had Jet Set Radio.
That was the one thing I never understood. I'm like, Project Justice was actually a lot of fun. And I never understood why they just never kept it going. But then again, it was Capcom, so yeah.
Yeah, Capcom was just throwing stuff to the wall trying to see what was
right.
They put all the Street Fighter 3 games on there. They put the Marvel series games on there.
Power Stone
was on there. They had some of everything. Whatever they could find, that's what they put on there. So
let me ask you guys this. If there's one fighting game that you would love to come back that hasn't been back in a while, which would it be? I know which one would be for me. Because I used to love these commercials. So I'm gonna start with T. What about you?
I'm gonna hit y'all from left field like a mug, and I'm going with Battle Arena Toshinden, yo.
Oh my god!
Okay,
that's what I'm hitting y'all with.
I remember that game.
To me, because it's so obscure and nobody ever talks about it anymore. I used to play the crap out of that game.
That was the game that grabbed me first with the whole, because the Instinct before hadn't come out yet, and the PlayStation, it was the first like real 3D game that it had.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is nice. This is nice. You can do these little combos and stuff and the little special moves. Mm-hmm. I love me some Toshinden, man. I was playing.
I was gonna say like Virtua Fighter. Is there another one coming though?
I don't know. I don't know. I've heard rumors, but I don't know.
That would have been my that probably would have been my number one, but I thought I wanted to be a little different. So
yeah,
I thought the last revision to 5 was literally telling, like it was called Final Showdown. So I think they're probably done. I think.
Yeah. And unlike Square Enix, we know what Final means.
Yeah. Well, Final meant the same thing to them, but then I was like, oh, this is selling.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the final one.
I think Sega is unless somebody steps in, I think they're pretty much going to walk away from that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right, what about you? Fighting game.
Uh-oh.
Like we lost Quan. All right, Shadow.
Well, you know what mine would have been, but Double Helix took care of that for me. So I was like, man, Killer Instinct 3. Can we get Killer Instinct 3? Well, we didn't get Killer Instinct 3, but we got 3 seasons of Killer Instinct. So, that's good for me. Other than that, I would say what got me to buy a PSP, and that was Darkstalkers.
Okay.
That was gonna be I was gonna say I used to play the crap out of the Sega Saturn one, Darkstalkers Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Never came out here. I think it was called I think
It was 3 of them.
Vampire Hunter or something. It's also called that, but yeah.
It was what was it? Was Darkstalkers. The other one was Night Stalkers, and there was a third one. It was named after the vampire. I can't think of the name of the third one, but it was 3 of the Darkstalkers games that like in that main series that you know.
Maybe they did come here, but it was like so rare. Like it's probably one of those $300 games today.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, when it came to Saturn games, I didn't even try because they were already like $90 anyway.
Yeah, they were expensive as hell.
Nobody ever carried them, and the few people that did carry them, man, they wanted to charge out the yang for it. Because I mean, like I paid $80 for Marvel vs. Capcom, and didn't even have the daggone the 8 meg cart, so I had to import the cart to play the game. So now I'm spent $120 for this game, for this one game, and you know I'm like, man, and then I end up getting it on Dreamcast again anyway. It was just crazy.
Yeah, I used to get my stuff from, shout out to Blockbuster Games. If anybody remembers Blockbuster Games, that was my spot. Blockbuster obviously did the video movie thing, but a lot of people don't know or don't remember. Blockbuster had a game store. It was strictly video games. It was called Blockbuster Games. There was very few of them, and I was lucky enough to have one in Tampa, Florida, when I lived there then, and at the mall. What mall was that? Tampa Bay Center. It's where now the Buccaneer Stadium is sitting there, where Tampa Bay Center used to be.
Wow.
So the new stadium is there. So I used to go to Blockbuster Games, and I used to get a lot of import stuff because it was like one of the few places that actually had like Japanese games.
Yeah, and you know what? That makes sense, and I should have took advantage of them too, because they got a lot of the Japanese stuff. Because guess what? They stocked up on a lot of anime too.
Yeah.
So they was getting all kind of stuff off of trucks.
Yep.
Well, you want to know what mine is?
Give it
Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble.
Oh,
With Afro Man.
Does that qualify? Is that what do you qualify that as? Is that
boxing?
Like
That's fighting, dude. Boxing.
It's fighting.
It's fighting. Cause it was boxing. They had Michael Jackson on there with that glittery glove.
Yeah, it clearly wasn't fight night, but it clearly
it's not a boxing game. You can't really call it a boxing game.
Yeah,
it had Michael Buffer in it. It was boxing.
It was boxing, but it wasn't like a straight up boxing game. It was
a fighting game.
It's more fighting game than it is boxing game.
But they had some of the funniest commercials.
Oh man, that was the best.
Yeah.
The marketing for Ready to Rumble and Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2 was amazing.
Wrote themselves though, man.
And why wouldn't you? The game was funny, so why not?
Yeah.
So no mention of Samurai Showdown or nothing like that.
No, because they already tried that. It didn't work.
It didn't come out right. The second time around. So.
Well, aren't they still trying it again in 3D?
Might be.
Because they're still trying to do that other King of Fighters. So it's only a matter of time before they do another Samurai Showdown again.
Yeah, that's right. King of Fighters. Which one is it now? What we up to?
They just start naming them by years now. So it's
probably years now.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah.
Because the last Samurai Showdown game, because I actually went and bought the one that came out on 360. That was horrible.
Oh.
It really was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good, man.
They still just made it 2D.
It felt
did not work.
Yeah, it didn't feel right.
They tried to make it kind of like Bushido Blade mixed with Samurai Showdown. It didn't work.
Yeah.
See, they need to just Playmore just needs to agree with my bias and go back to the King of Fighters '94 style and keep it moving. Just keep it locked. There's like, well, but '96 added a lot. No, go back.
No, '94.
No, '94. Because when I sit up and think about Samurai Showdown, my favorite one is 3. My favorite 2 are 3 and 4.
Yeah, I like 2. There was a lot of weird little glitches and special like fatalities you could do in 2.
Take advantage of.
2 came out too fast.
Yeah, it did.
Those stuff came out too fast. That money, yep.
Yeah, but 3 was the one that was done by the artist for Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah.
3 and 4.
So since we're talking about stuff that's never going to come back again,
exactly.
do I throw my name in a hat and start talking about stuff like World Heroes 2, Jet 2?
Afterburner?
Yeah, or just call it Jan the Game, because that was my favorite character and the only important character there. A French fencer with armor bigger than Master Chief. I mean, I'm sorry. and somehow she has long flowing blonde hair that never gets caught in all that mayhem.
Never gets caught.
Yeah, we gonna go there. We can go to Fighting Vipers.
There you go. Ooh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude, I have footage of that. I'm gonna put that on the.
yeah, I was just playing it too. That's why I thought about it.
Eternal Champions? Anybody?
Eternal
Oh,
Champion.
just no.
Shaq Fu?
For that,
Oh
you
no,
gotta
no.
go
We
to
getting
Fighter
Shaq Fu
Destiny.
though. We're getting Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu doesn't count.
No.
Why not?
Shaq
dude?
Fu is as much as a fighting game as I don't know, Fist of the North Star is. Like you can't.
Like I said, you might as well include Fighter's Destiny if that's the case.
Fighters,
Yes.
Fighters Destiny was the lick.
or Mace the Dark Age.
That was
Dark Age was my damn on the 64.
that makes the Dark Age.
Them fatalities though. Them fatalities. Were,
Yeah, they were
Well,
hard.
Fighters Destiny though. Tell me that wasn't the most unique fighter you ever played.
that was different.
That
was
was the one
What's
that
different?
my niece at the time when she was like, I think, I'm not sure if she was 3 or 4 years old, just sat up there and grabbed she grabbed the controller and just whooped the hell out of everybody by button mashing. It was too easy to button mash your way through
What?
that.
Really?
Yes.
I used to play that game real technical. Like I used to have people crying.
Oh my god. She was like, I want to play. And next thing you know. Oh,
Because it was really technical. It was hard to pull off a lot of those combos. Some of the moves was like, what?
Yeah.
Do you see this?
Very different timing.
Yeah.
Guys, it looks like we got a question, but I don't know if this is a troll question or not.
Uh-oh.
I'm just
We
gonna ask
get
it
those.
anyway. This is from King Grimpachi.
He asked us that before, but we should go ahead and answer it.
Yeah, are you guys getting Madden this year? Hell no. That comes from me.
Hold on. We're filthy casuals. Of course we're getting Madden.
Quan, are you getting Madden?
No.
T, are you getting Madden?
No, I can't blame me not getting Madden on Madden alone. Although Madden, the game, takes some blame for that. But also, like my interest in football is waning as well. So it's like it's not all Madden the game's fault, but it kind of is.
For me, it's all EA's fault. So no,
Yeah.
I'm not getting that game.
No, I'm not getting it.
Nah, not getting it. I mean,
Now-
if 2K came back, now if NFL 2K,
Madden needs some damn competition. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, they do. Now, I will say this though, and I'll go ahead and say this. My son's gonna get them every year. But Madden 16 is clearly a drastic improvement over. I don't know what happened with that game. Maybe they thought that just because they made it special, everybody was gonna buy it. But Madden 25 was a Nintendo 64 game. Oh my God, it was so bad. It was so bad. It had really
confusing as
good,
hell, by the way.
It had good looking cutscenes, look crisp, and then you go to play it and you're like, is this on the Xbox One? What platform? Is this 32-bit color? What am I playing? It was bad. It was real bad, and the game was slow, janky, full of glitches.
Good thing Live has competition.
Yes,
Because those live games have not aged or not gotten better with age than like the newer versions. Ugh.
Is it bad when I'm willing to say that my favorite NBA Live game of all time is NBA Live 98?
98, come! For real.
98 was the best.
Yo, I love NBA Live 98. That's my game.
I don't know what it is. I can't.
Yeah.
And I've tried.
I'm a 2K2 fan, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, I didn't say it was my favorite game of all time. I said my favorite live game.
Well, 98 was before you got the 2K basketball.
Before you got
That's true.
and now 2K, I don't know. I think it's a tie between 2K2 and 2K1 for me.
Yeah.
For those games, and I think it was simply because it was such a leap over 2K.
Yeah.
That that's why I was kind
You
of
feel that 2K football and basketball were a little bit rushed. The next iteration was on the money.
Yep.
Well, if we're talking sports games, like my favorite one of all time has to be, without a doubt, NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Dude, I get to play Bill Clinton and
Super Air Dog, Super Air Dog dunking on Bill Clinton.
Well, games were fun, man. You can have a game with Bill Clinton in it.
Bill Clinton
Playing basketball.
dunking on Raiden.
Duncan. I mean, nonsense. But
Is it the shoes?
I'm surprised none of you brought up Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, of
Tecmo
course.
Bowl, I mean,
Tecmo Bowl is a classic. That's a venerable classic.
that's an institution.
Yes.
With Mario coming out to take out people off the field.
I kid you not. There are people that bought the Wii console to go to Virtual Console to download Tecmo Bowl. I kid you not. Like in the college dorm, like basically you turn the Wii remote sideways and you play it the same way that you play. People are doing it.
Yeah.
People are doing it. Still.
I know people who did that. That's what they bought the Wii for the Virtual Console. They ain't buy it for games. They bought it for the Virtual Console.
So you mean I could play
the Virtual Console got when they first announced that thing? People were excited about that thing.
Oh yeah. And that was clearly a boom for me anyway, because I saw that I was like, oh, backwards compatibility is back again. Yes, I can put all this other stuff in the closet. I can, that worked a lot for me, And people got tired of doing stupid stuff like using emulators and trying to keep up with them. And if you update your PC, they don't run right because they either run too fast or too slow.
Yeah.
And, you just need one thing that stays the same.
And websites like her.net would sit up here and give you viruses if you weren't careful.
Of course. So then you run all the emulators on a Mac and keep it going.
And something's always off with the emulators, like the audio tracks off and all kinds of stuff. So.
Yeah, I've had graphics issues, all kinds. I'm like, how do you get graphics issues on an NES game? Like, that blows my mind. Like, pixels just out of place. I'm like, what is going on here?
Instead of Mario showing up as Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I'm like, man, that's crazy stuff. So yeah, that definitely did help, but I know a lot of people that literally went to old school. Like they were wanting to see if 10-Yard Fight would show up on Virtual Console.
10-Yard Fight.
That was the venerable classic there. It was that and NCAA basketball. I think it was NCAA basketball.
It was Double Dribble.
Double Dribble.
Double Dribble was and don't forget Blaze of Steel.
Yeah,
Blaze of Steel.
And these are all Ultra games, by the way. I think that it ended up being that was Konami's bootleg company.
Yeah, and they were way better than Konami.
Oh yeah, it's so hilarious.
Tiger Heli, I think it was called.
Yep. Tiger Heli. God, it was so many games for that system.
Wasn't Metal Gear out on Ultra or no?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, I think it was an Ultra game. Yeah.
So yeah, it was first Metal Gear, and then I think Nintendo published Snake's Revenge.
Snake's Revenge, that was a Nintendo published.
Yeah.
Well, peeps, looks like we've hit another end. Thanks to King Grimpachi for the question. Hope we answered it satisfactorily.
He made us feel old.
But thanks for watching. Hope everybody had a good time. Don't forget to check out our individual channels. You can find them in the links in the description below. So, T, you got anything you want to pimp out?
Hopefully sometime this evening I'll be pumping out my top 10, or I don't know if it's top 10, but my top games of 2015. That's coming, and my Nintendo Standards video coming. So we're looking forward to that.
Okay. Shadow Fox, got anything you want to pimp out?
Yeah, got videos coming. Still playing around. Final Cut has not been closed since our last podcast that I've been on. So the project's still open. I'm sorry, it's just sitting there.
And it hasn't crashed either, has it?
No, it just sits there.
Mac Life, baby, Mac Life.
It just sits there. And even if it did crash and it restarted, it would just go right back to where it was.
Right back where it was.
So it's just sitting there, and whenever I get back to it and editing it and stacking layers and layers of videos on top of each other, I will be done, and you will see your first Shadowcast of 2016. Other than that, I may or may not have a Shadowcast coming, depending on my life being taken by things such as Xenoblade. Jesus Christ.
Right.
It has become Skyrim to me.
You remember the save?
Oh yeah, I remember to save this time. I think I do it every other hour now. I do that.
Yeah.
Skyrim. I hated that whole Vampire Quest.
Oh man, it was. Wait. way too many quests that get way too deep, and Xenoblade has quite a few of them too. Like you'll just talk to one dude, and he's like, "Hey, I need you to do this. Now go here and here and here," and then you go there, and it's like, "No, you're getting ambushed by 12 people." And yeah,
It's never as small as you think it's gonna be.
no, never. So I hunkered down for, and I imagine that I'm going to be away for about at least an hour or so if I embark on any quest of any type. Even if it's just running errands across the town, they're like, "No, I want you to go all the way to the other side of the world and get this, and then come back next door to me." It gets crazy. So yeah. But other than that, I'll be playing my normal games. We eventually need to get together, I guess, and do. I know I was talking to. I don't know if it was you, Mr. T. No, it was Shepard. It was Shepard and Dr. Feelgood to do the Splatoon. We're gonna do another Splatoon because everybody liked the one video we did or whatever. We were wrecking shop or whatever because we finally played with each other. You know how Splatoon is. Like we'll all play together because we're on each other's friends list, but we'll never be on the same team. And we eventually all got on the same team, and you could tell.
Oh,
That's not fair, dude.
that is never fair.
So I guess we'll eventually do one of those and then record it, and then I'll get with Jay and I guess Ms. T if you're feeling up to it, we can do Killer Instinct Season 3 stuff and hop on and play around or whatever. And I promise to be gentle. I won't use the joystick, and we'll go through characters and whatnot and kind of record a little footage or whatever. Just show some people what we're doing.
Tusk theme.
Yes. We don't even have to play the game. Just go in the menu and. So, but yeah, that's all I got.
All right, Quan, anything you want to pimp out?
I'm trying to come up with a vid, for this year and whatever. But the thing is, I'm having a hard time because my backlog is killing me.
Yes.
Hey, do the vid on your backlog.
Dude, I got a ridiculous backlog. Don't get me
Break it up.
started.
I just gave you 5 vids.
I looked at the backlog. I'm telling you right now, it's video game constipation over here.
And you trying to contribute to mine and stuff. What?
I'm over here suggesting it. I'm even trying to spread the disease by recommending games to other people.
He has a Steam backlog, so let's not even go.
I have Direct Drive, Good Old Games, Gamers Gate. Let me see what else. Humble Bundle. I can keep going if you want.
I think we've all reached a point where we want another lifetime to complete our backlogs.
Right.
Basically.
And right now, I'm actually starting, games in Starbound and waiting for them to patch it up with this new patch that's coming down soon. It's supposed to be ridiculous.
I don't need another. I need about 6 months, but that's all I do is play video. and then my backlog is good.
Yeah, I'm looking at it probably about because my backlog is not as bad. It's bad on the 3DS side, but it's not as bad as on the console side. I kind of ate through a lot of those.
Yeah, my 3DS is probably the worst.
And you about to get Fire Emblem, ain't you?
Yeah. I'm trying to clear it, man. I'm trying.
I didn't even mention my consoles. Don't even get me started on that. Oh, you heard the good news about Zack and Wiki, right?
Oh yeah.
No.
It comes out tomorrow on Virtual Console.
What?
Zack and Wiki,
Yes.
the quest for Barbarossa's treasure.
That's
$20 right there.
cool. That's pretty cool. I don't need it, but
That's
I
good.
highly recommend it if you have never played it.
I never played it, so I'm getting it tomorrow.
Oh yes. Yeah,
Oh,
you're gonna have a blast.
You definitely got to play that game. I'm telling you right now. If you're into point and clicks adventure games, this is definitely the game for you.
I don't even think you got to be into point and click. I think it definitely is a point and click game, but it's just so inventive with the Wii remote. Like
That's how the Wii remote should have been used.
yeah, more.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, me personally, I got the Metroid Prime the first game that I'm working on. Shout out to Ruler 2 review. I will have it up hopefully by Saturday at the latest. And my first commentary vid should be up hopefully Saturday by the latest, hopefully, if I can get everything working like I want to. But other than that, we will see you guys on Sunday where we will try to be somewhat serious. I'm lying. No, we're not. So, we will catch you guys Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Peace out.
Peace. Whatever's clever.